Hello everybody and welcome, it's your boy Logic and we're coming back with a brand new battle today. So we have myself as the Lizardmen and we're going to call him Nameless and the Greenskins. So we're fighting up on Iron Sand Desert and this should be quite the interesting battle for you. So why is it interesting, you may add? So this is a Rubber Duck of War themed army. He brings the dinos up against me a lot and this was inspired by him. So I have Lord Master coming up here on Slack. We have the Ruination of Cities, Banishment, Shield of the Old Ones, Apotheosis, Curse of the Midnight Wind, Harmonic Convergence, and Net of Amontok coming in with Lord Mazdamundi. We also have the Thunderous one, that's going to be coming in with his ability, which is Judgment of Umac. So this just drops lightning all around him when he's in melee combat. We're going to have a Naked Skink Chief here up on a Pterodon, getting that skirmishing in there with 3 more units of Pterodon Riders. We're also going to be having 4 units of Skink Cohort dotted across the front line here with the Javelins, just for that anti-skirmish up against the Skirmish Cav here. We're also going to have the ROR Red Crested Skinks coming in with 2 units of Saurus Warriors with shields. So that's my army there for the Lizardmen. We also have 5 units of Goblin Spider Riders here coming in for Nameless. And we have 2 units of Nasty Skulkers mixed in with some Goblins and Savage Orcs for the front line. For the back line, we're going to be having 2 units of Black Orcs mixed in with some Orc Arrow Boys and the Rusty Arrows. We're also going to be coming in with a Night Goblin Shaman here, who's going to be coming in with, he's going to be having Madcap Mushrooms, Vindictive Glare, and Sneaky Stabbing. Well, also for the Lord today, we're going to be having Snarsnik. So Snarsnik here today is going to be coming in with, he's going to be having Fermented Fungi and Spite of the Bad Moon. And for the last hero here, we're going to be having a Black Orc Big Boss. So if you're coming on this big boy here, he's going to be coming in with the Brass Cleaver and Rabble Rouse. So for that immune to psychology. So these are the armies here, guys. So let's hop into this and let's see what happens. So as we can see here, the Goblin Spider Riders here have been pushed back by the skirmishers for the Skink Cohort. These are very, very good anti-skirmishers here. Really getting their poison javelins straight into the Goblin Spider Riders here, and we do have a big bait here from myself. So I did bait in the cohort of Sotek. What I should have popped is their ability Shall Not Die. I didn't quite pop that in fast enough, but I did put these guys in as a bait to try and get these guys to surround what they thought was a mistake. But actually, what it was a ploy so that I could get my 2 big dinos coming in here and really pushing into these guys. As we can come into here, we have both the big dinos coming in, really messing up some of these goblins here at the front with their terror. But we do have Madcap Mushrooms going down. So negative melee defense for us here, and Spite of the Bad Moon. But I did drop the Shield of the Old Ones. And as we can see here, we have a nice big blob effect, which is going to benefit me. And we also have Curse of the Midnight Wind coming in. So minus 30 armor, minus 24 melee attack. These guys are going to be hitting like wet sponges. As you can see in the background here, we did have a Ruination of Cities. I did also put down the Banishment to take out the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. And here we do have a Rock Throw coming through onto the big Orc Arrow Boys. Now what I should have done, I should have dropped these one at a time, but that would have been a lot better. But I dropped all at the same time, which was a bit of a mistake. As you can see in the middle here, we do have a big battle coming up with the Snarsnik in the middle, in between the Thunderous one and Lord Majesty up against his lag. Now what I needed to do, I needed to get my Skink Chief in here and really shooting up against the Night Goblin Shaman a little bit earlier. But as you can see here, I have managed to start pushing back some of the Goblin Spider Riders, but I do need to be getting my units in here, and we have managed to pin in, using the Saurus Warriors, we have managed to pin in the big boss here, pinning him in, and really going to start doing some damage to him. This blob is really favouring us as we have the terror-causing units with the Thunderous one coming in with his lightning ability, doing lots and lots of damage. We've managed to push off units of Black Orcs and Savage Orcs, really getting into this back line all on top of the Orc Arrow Boys. We've pushed the Goblin Spiders all the way back so they're not in shooting up against our main force. Now at this point I have got my Skink Chief in, shooting up against the Night Goblin Shaman, who is about to be using a Vindictive Glare. He uses them in up against Lord Mazdamundi here, which I think would have been better used. There we go. It would have been better used up against the Skink Chief, doing a lot more damage up here. So we do have, unfortunately for him, we do have Snarsnik up in the middle here, up in between the Thunderous one and Slack, really getting punished. This is where the terror is really going to come into effect and really going to cause some big damage up against him and causing Snarsnik to break. So we do have Shield of the Old Ones going down, really protecting our Saurus Warriors as they're fighting up against the big boss here and the Black Orcs. We just need to push these Black Orcs off and the big boss, and this battle should be ours. We still have the Skink Chief still shooting up against this Night Goblin Shaman. Nothing you can do about the Skink Chief, just allowing him to do all that damage. Unfortunately, our skirmishers here and the Pterodon riders in the back are unfortunately getting pushed to the edge of the back, and we're not using them very well, but we do still have the battle going on in the middle up against the Black Orcs, who are now starting to break. Well, we have managed to push into the back line using our big Thunderous one up against the Orc Arrow Boys, really pushing these guys, breaking them and getting that terror in there. And with these two both broken, it's just down to the Skink Chief just to shoot them until they won't come back. As you can see here, for the Greenskins and Nameless, all he has left here is his Spider Riders. He is trying to hold this force here and hold a line and try and see if he can keep shooting up against these big dinos. His unfortunate thing is in between him and them, in between the Lords and his main forces, as Snarstick does come back, he does have to go back past this Skink Chief. And as we can see here, really pushing the Black Orcs around. The big boys here really taking it down to these guys as they're dropping Curse the Midnight Wind, dropping the melee armor, and these guys do not stand a chance with both of their magic and their leadership really getting pushed to the edge of the map. So now that the Night Goblin Shaman has been shattered, I'm going to be using this Skink Chief up to shoot Snarstick. Now that it is broken, that is the end of the match. So what a fantastic match we had here coming today, guys. Thank you very much to Robert War for this army and abusing me multiple times with it. As we can see here, 23,000 value coming in from Lord Mazdamundi. What a fantastic amount of value. And we had the Thunderous one coming in with a massive 21k damage, 1.9k value and 2.4k there. Not quite reaching what their value is, but the point is here is that these guys have a lot more health, I have a lot more apotheosis and a lot more healing, and most of my army is in relatively good nick. Now unfortunately for here, blobbing up against us here with the Area of Effect, debuffs and buffs that we had, and the mass terror coming in from Zlak and from the big Thunderous one was never going to be beneficial with the Goblins, the Nasty Skulkers and the Savage Orcs having very, very low leadership. Snarsnake being very good, but luckily for me, I did have the Skink Chief coming in with only 500 value, but he had at least 50 ammunition left, and he could have just sat there and shot all day, getting mental amount of value. But well done to my opponent here, very unlucky with the bait and switch there, with the ROR cohort of Sotek. And yes, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a big thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Also, maybe drop a comment about what you thought about the battle, and any ways that I can improve. All positive comments, always recommended and welcome here. And guys, if you like this content, please think about subscribing, as it will alert you to every single time I bring out a brand new video, a live stream, or a multiplayer tournament. I will be dropping my Discord down in below. Please feel free to join, everybody is welcome. I will be hosting the brand new Battlemania next week on Friday the 19th for everybody to join and everybody to have fun in. So I hope to see all of you there. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.